All right, here we are in technically game one of this best of five, but in this best of five, Snoxtar starts with a one game advantage because he was the winner of the winners finals in the Alpha Navigators Cup number 20 weekly series. And this is him right here. This is Snoxtar in the blue Infernal. And he's opening with a vault, it looks like. And then his opponent here is Kel in the Red Infernal. They already met up in the winners final, so now they are in the grand finals together. And Kel, having made his way through the losers bracket, is unfortunately starting with a one-game deficit in this series. Kel scouting down south first, not seeing his opponent, and Snoxtar also scouting south and not seeing his opponent. So not really getting the info they needed. They might assume they're maybe cross spawn, but of course they are not. They're both up in the north. And Noxar going out, it looks like, to begin creeping over here where Kel is heading for the health camp first. And I think, yeah, creeping the speed camp here, a little bit trickier with a brute because trying to focus fire down that one, the one infested shadow massive when it's running around the map can be kind of a pain in the butt. Once you got a couple fiends out and you killed a couple of them, it gets a little easier. And that's the goal there, is to, if you can get 3 fiends out of this with all of your energy for your Hexen. Sorry, this is where our army is for Kel, who cleared out that healing camp and is now going towards the vision camp. They're both going to the vision camp. They both have fell hogs there to help them. So fairly similar so far. And we have a fiend going to creep out or take that healing camp, get that benefit. And also, it's now information from both players. They should have pretty clear info about where their opponent is. This one fiend managing to run by, seeing a vault only, and trying to be cheeky and get a little damage on an imp there, but the imps turn and bit some fireballs back at them. Fiends coming over here maybe to try and capture the tower, but there's a farm there that chase them away, as well as some gaunts in the vicinity. So where are they all going now? Now they're going all the way to the south to try and take out the health camp, whereas Kel has the benefit or the privilege of being able to come back to the speed camp, which is sort of nestled over here, and take it easily without contest. And now we've got the health camp going down. That's going to be useful for the next 5 minutes for Snoxtar, but it's going to be hard to reclaim this again later on, assuming it respawns there in 5 minutes. Now, interestingly, Snoxtar teleported back his Hexen, and I think that's just so he could split off these fiends and send them on a run by over here, and they're going to get some information. They're going to see this base. You can see they were on attack move there, so as soon as they see that base, and oh, is this base going to go down? Is it going to get cancelled? It does get cancelled. That imp's going to go down too, but the returning army of Kel comes back to chase those fiends away. That's kind of a pain in the butt. It definitely slows down the expansion timing. Really only losing the, well, 25% of the minerals for the canceling the building, but then also losing that imp. But if he wants to put down another base, he has to walk that imp all the way over there, and you see this sad, sorry imp slowly walking this sorry, sad way over there to rebuild that shrine. So there's lots of wasted time, or lost time, I should say, as a result of that cancel. And while this creeping's going down here, we also see another base going down for Snoxtar. It looks like, oh, that imp had tired legs and said, fine, I give up. I'm not going down there for more Luminite. I'm going to get more Therium. And really, Therium's what you need. You're an Infernal player. Therium's what gets you the good stuff. So, taking out the Luminite camp, but now we have some Fiends up here getting on top of some Gaunts. Nice snag there. Very nice. And coming in here, seeing another. Ooh, nope, nope, nope. Just deciding, nope. Oh, wait, wait. What was that I saw? I'm running right back. Gaunts do a good job on Fiends, so yeah, it's a good idea for those Fiends to rush out of there. Now, where are they going to head? One of them's going to go take this speed camp. And they're like, nope. Oh, I see. You've seen this one before. You've seen this trick where I run away and come back. So then now, what about this trick where I'm extra speedy? Have you seen this one? Zibbity zibbity doo. Nope. I'm still not going to fight you. How about this one? Ah, there's Gaunts everywhere. I don't want to fight Gaunts. I want to run home. This is not what I bargained for. It was a nice flank, but not quite good enough to get these Fiends. They were speedy with their speedy juices. And instead, they're just going to rush back over here where we have a mag out of Snoxtar. Again, I think we've seen this in a couple where he's got a single mag early on. I just like it. You can knock down trees. Super tanky boy. Does that trample is really good. If you've got it upgraded, can stun some of these creeps while you're out creeping. Just a nice addition. You don't need to overcommit. And see, it's one mag and then into the Weavers. I really like that. The other thing that one mag does is help you defend against a timing like we saw from Kel earlier, the Plague Axe timing. These Fiends trying to get that farm, but ooh, doing a little hokey pokey there, going forwards and backwards and getting extra shots from those Gaunts. Deciding to walk back. It's such a long way to move across the map, and this Weaver's old and tired and wants to walk in Shroud, so let's just stay back, stay back. Over that health camp, it looks like. And we've got also going for the Luminite down here, or Ethereum down here. And we got a little mini army building up back home here. We're at a Greater Shrine. Doesn't look like we're going up to... what's this? Reaper's Rush? Yeah, Reaper's Rush on the way. Taking out that camp. Also taking out this camp. Little bigger mix of units here. It looks like only Gaunts here. But we do have Weavers being added up here for Kel. So again, a different strategy. Some players really just like that Conclave tech. And it's pretty much Weavers and Gaunts. That's all we're building. Then you don't even need a vault. I'm not sure if there even is a vault. There's Conclaves. I don't see any vaults over there. So that looks like Kel's play. Conclave tech only. And that's a ton of Weavers there. That's really good for dealing with any other kind of tech, really. But Snoxtar's got a little bit, let's call it a more well-rounded tech choice, because he's got some Brutes, he's got some Mags, and he's got what looks like only a single Weaver at the moment, although there might be some more slow-moving Weavers on the way. It looks like this giant ball of Weavers plus Gaunts has decided, I'm going to push right in here. I think maybe expecting a third base there to put pressure on, but not finding it, and maybe retreating because not wanting to be overextended, or maybe where did that pencil crayon shooter go? I don't see it. Maybe it got cleaned up already. That was a nice Nightfall infestation going down, although only hitting a couple of units. This is a curious battle. Lots of Weavers on the side of Kel. Not quite as many. Weavers, going toe-to-toe with Weavers. Brutes trying to take out some Weavers. And a really nice concave out of Snoxtar. Actually, this is starting to look pretty good for Snoxtar. His units are pushing forward, trying to get on top of those Gaunts. And we see a lot of Fiends coming out there. Nightfall infestations going down. It's not clear who they're from. There is that... Oh, it was the pencil shooter in the back who's actually shooting. I'm like, are those Nightfalls? No. That's a GG out of Kel, and Snoxtar is going to take the first match in this Grand Finals. Okay, here we are in the second game of this Grand Finals with Snoxtar in the Red Infernal here, having a 2-0 lead already. And it is up to Kel to try and take a game off Snoxtar to get back in this. and force more games. If Snoxtar takes this one, this is it. Hexens passing in the night, not noticing each other, no one throwing any of those nasty bolts at each other, just passively saying this is fine. Here's an imp, and Snoxtar is definitely on a move, and he's saying go down, imp. And the imp's like, don't worry, I was already going to commit suicide and turn myself into a farm, so no need to add insult to injury there, buddy. And again, we've got Kel walking into the base and seeing the vault, but not seeing that hidden conclave in the back. So Snoxtar, once again, building placement being helpful there. We do have a vault here, but we also have, ooh, another vault down here on the low ground. I thought it might be a conclave too, but no. Double vault out of Kel and a vault conclave out of Snoxtar. So Kel's going to be out here creeping. They're both going to take out these health camps. Pretty standard opening. There is no farm here. Where's the farm? Is there a farm? There is a farm. There's the farm. Usually there's a farm. You need farms. And a ritual chamber already going down for Snoxtar. And did he make... No. Ritual chamber... So this is ritual chamber before Gaunts. Trying to get into that Plague Axe is really fast. And no... Yeah, this is definitely an Expo build. We're going to see Kel put down his Expo here in a sec. There we go. And while he's creeping, he was just microing his army a bit before that went down. And Snoxtar, all fiends. There we have our first two Gaunts. And that ritual chamber is almost done. Very well timed build, it looks like, for Snoxtar as he goes for those Plague Axes. So very interesting opening. It opens with brutes, but those brutes have all been sacked to fiends, and there's a ton of fiends now. And then also going straight for the ritual chamber to get the Plague Axes, and then starting to add Gaunts. There's no, benefit to having those Gaunts out before the Plague Axes necessarily. They'll all have Plague Axes if they show up later. So starting that research a little bit earlier, and then just delaying your Gaunt production, as long as you're not facing pressure, that could be an edge. Although a ton of fiends here for Kel, running around behind here and maybe getting on top. Luckily, some of those fiends turning to fight, making a little bit of a front line to help defend. But the Hexen goes down, and it looks like these Gaunts in the front line are going to go down as well. Although actually they retreat back, and they are, well, okay, that went for Snoxtar. The Plague Axe is done, I think so. Yeah, so that worked out pretty well for Snoxtar. It started out well for Kel, but ended well for Snoxtar. And now he's just going to push right up into the natural. There's a brute that's going to go down for free. And Kel's going to try and get some damage with his army. His fiends and brutes running up. The fiends repositioning back so they are not tanking. That way their DPS is preserved a little bit longer. And now he's rushing them forward to get on top of those Gaunts to try and do damage. But unfortunately, once they were pushed forward like that, they got shredded quite a bit. Actually, there are still some left over. And that's actually a GG out of Snoxtar. Okay, and here we are into the third game of this series with Snoxtar up 2-1, of course, with that one map lead to start the series. And Snoxtar again in the blue Infernal here, up against Kel. Kel hoping to take another win and force the final game. And Kel in the red Infernal opening with a vault and a double vault. And we've got a single vault here. No hidden conclave this time. Imp Lumberjack comes, chops down some trees. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay, and I chop trees down every day. A second vault. Whoa, 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 whoa. A third vault out of Kel. Now, Snoxtar marched right on in and saw two vaults. And he's only got a single vault. I don't know, this could be kind of rough. If Kel, I mean, it looks like Kel's planning for a ton of pressure. probably just an early one base all in. We'll see. And so far, Snoxtar looks like it's preparing for a macro game. Although going Shroudstone first, this is interesting. I saw him do this before as well. I wonder if that's the way he likes to do this expand build, is go Shroudstone first to just make sure, because you are vulnerable to early all-ins and early attacks. Okay, sorry about that for a second there. I had a little coughing attack. But we are back, and looks like Kel is trying to take out this farm. But the Fiends of Snoxtar are going to come in, and they're going to aggro the creeps. That means the creeps are going to get on top, but actually the farm already went down. And now it's team creeping. You get half, I get half. And when we're done, then we will fight. Nope, then we will go home. We'll just turn and run after. Actually, not true. Kel is deciding, okay, this was the beginning of my plan. I was going to get your speed camp. Then I'm going to come zipping up here. There's already a Shroudstone, and I wonder how that makes him feel. He does have 4 brutes here, and he's taking the health camp. Trying to fight. Ooh, cutting off a bunch of those Fiends, and they're going to go down. The Fiends trying to get in there and prevent the capture, and they did at least delay. But it looks like Kel will now go and push in there. And there's just a ton of brutes showing up. Brutes just streaming across the map. And the only saving grace for Snoxtar is he's got this Shroudstone already up. And brutes are also melee. That's the other thing. These brutes in the back, they just dancing. They're not in here doing damage because there's a good block by these brutes. These imps in the back serving as artillery, getting a little extra DPS. And the goal of Kel here is really to just try and take out this Shroudstone. Hopefully, it looks like the front line has gone down for Snoxtar, and the brutes are now on top of the imps. This Shroudstone is still up, though. Another Shroudstone gets manifest. This is bad news for Kel. This all-end is probably going to be the end of it. More brutes streaming, but okay, that one going down, and the brutes heading up into the main. Can they do some damage? We see workers transferred away from Therium right away. And that's just to put them closer to those farms and then also bulked up so that they can turn and fight if they need to. And these units are stranded. They don't want to go down and face the Shroudstone. They just want to fight up here. And a brute and some fiends come up here to try and take them out. The Hexen's still on the low ground, shooting those skulls up. A couple more brutes come in, but another brute spawns. Actually, this is looking like it's in Snoxtar's favor. The Shroudstone in the back with the DPS is just helping out, and these 2 brutes. Oh, one goes down. They both split to try and get out of there, and looks like Snoxtar is held, but no GG out of Kel yet. So. Not ready to just throw in the towel because his all-in failed. Instead, ooh, I thought this imp might be doing something sneaky as well, trying to continue the all-in. Is there a greater shrine? No, no greater shrine. And looks like some units are now on Therium. They probably have only just been transferred there to get that greater shrine. That's just going to be unfortunately too slow or too late. One thing he could have done maybe here is build a Shroudstone as we see him doing, and then be able to do that manifest. We have the first Magmadon out, and that's probably spelling the end here. The Mag, better against Gaunts, of course, but just such a tanky boy. He chomped down on one of those fiends so that he could get more white health, and just cleaning up these fiends. Oh yeah. Against fiends, that trample is devastating. But these fiends are trying to get as much damage as they can. Trying to keep that Shroudstone, let it get up with at least some health. They're now going to try and focus fire that brute, and they do get the brute down. But another manifest Shroudstone, and that is a GG out of Kel. That is going to be the end of our grand finals, taken by Snoxtar.